The war between the Terran Alliance and the Qwari Confederacy had left thousands of planets scarred, millions displaced, and even more traumatized by the brutality of interstellar conflict. But now, with the signing of the fragile ceasefire accord on neutral ground, both species tried, awkwardly and with centuries of suspicion, to coexist. Part of that effort involved bizarre gestures of goodwill, some of which crossed uncomfortable lines. That's how Private First Class Jonah Miles, a human infantryman recovering on the remote station Vesta 12, found himself sitting in front of a tall crate delivered to his medical quarters, stamped with an alien seal and 3 words in bold red letters. Diplomatic gift, Qwari subject. Jonah stared at it. "Tell me this isn't what I think it is," he muttered, running a hand through his stubbled hair. His nurse, a wide-eyed recruit named Miller, shrugged. "Some ambassador types think gifting a subject shows trust, like exchanging pets or ceremonial blades." "I'm not in the mood for a ceremonial anything," Jonah muttered. His right arm was still in a regrowth sling. His legs had nerve mods that made him walk like a newborn deer. And his PTSD was on the brink after surviving a plasma barrage that had turned half his squad into red mist. Still, the crate creaked open. Inside, curled in the far corner like a kicked animal, was a female Qwari. Barefoot, bound in silk ribbons, and blinking with panic. She was humanoid mostly, deep violet skin, thin bioluminescent stripes along her neck and forearms, sharp black sclera with glowing silver irises. Her 4-fingered hands trembled. Her gaze locked onto Jonah's face. Then she gasped in terror and backed away further, clutching her own arms tightly. "Please," she whimpered in Qwaran-accented standard. "Please, if you must eat me, do so quickly." Jonah blinked. "What?" She dropped her forehead to the floor. "Let it be painless." "Lady, what the hell are you talking about?" "They told me, they said the humans are carnivores. They consume the weak. I am small and female. Have no status. I was given to you. I am meat now." Jonah exhaled and rubbed his face. "Okay. First off, I don't eat sentient people. Second, damn it, get up. You're not meat." She flinched. Jonah sighed. "Look, you're not a prisoner. You're not lunch. Or you're a guest. Yes, that's how humans do peace. So sit down before I fall over trying to figure out what to do with you." She hesitated, slowly lifting her head. Her glowing eyes watched him cautiously as she stood, moving with a dancer's grace despite the obvious malnourishment. "I am Lyra," she said quietly, "of Clan Sivish. I was given by my uncle to fulfill my role in reparations." Jonah slumped onto his bunk. "Well, Lyra of Clan Sivish, I'm Jonah. And we've both been given something we didn't ask for. Misunderstandings, healing, and trust." The next few days were painfully awkward. Lyra refused to sit on anything but the floor. She asked permission to breathe, to eat, to sleep. Every time Jonah tried to give her space or assure her she was safe, she'd tilt her head like she couldn't quite understand the idea of freedom. He learned her people were hierarchically rigid, that a gift from her caste was often considered equivalent to property, and she'd been raised to believe humans were bloodthirsty apex predators, barbaric, emotionless monsters in armor. "You eat meat, don't you?" she asked one day, watching him chew on ration jerky. "Yeah, from animals. Not people." "But you could," she said. He gave her a look. "I could also throw myself out the airlock, but I won't." She blinked, then chuckled, a sound like chimes underwater. That was the first time he saw her smile. Over time, Jonah started bringing her real food from the station mess. Fruits she'd never tasted. Bread she hoarded like treasure. He helped her get access to a terminal, where she could finally read unfiltered information about humans. And in return, she began to take small liberties, sitting on a chair instead of the floor, making eye contact, asking questions about Earth. "Do you really have cities that float?" she asked one evening. "Yeah. Some even move across oceans." "Is it true your children are educated in free schools?" "Well, mostly. Depends on where you're born. But yeah, we try." "And are all your soldiers broken like you?" That question froze him. She quickly bowed her head. "Forgive me. That was cruel." "No," Jonah said softly. "It's fair." He didn't sleep much that night. Memories of burned flesh. Dreams. His buddy Cal clutching his own intestines, crying for his mom. And then a soft voice, hers, humming in the dark. He turned. Lyra sat beside his bed, not touching him, just singing in her native tongue. A lullaby, he guessed. Her voice was quiet. "Teddy, you don't have to do that," he whispered. She looked at him. "I want to." That night, he slept dreamlessly for the first time in weeks. Change. The outside world intrudes. By the second month, rumors about them started to spread across the station. A few humans mocked Jonah behind his back, calling her war loot or space pet. Others assumed worse. It all came to a head when Sergeant Keller cornered Jonah near the gym. "So," Keller sneered, "what's it like betting the enemy?" Jonah's fists clenched. "You're out of line. She got scales under those clothes. Or does she just pretend to like you until she slits your throat?" Jonah didn't say anything. Keller shoved him. "Just admit it. You're using her." That was the last straw. Jonah head butt him so hard the sergeant hit the wall and slumped. Alarms flared. Security dragged Jonah to the brig. It took hours before command debriefed him. Turns out they'd been monitoring the situation. "You formed a bond with the Kvari girl?" the officer asked. "I treated her like a person," Jonah said coldly. They eventually released him with a warning. "Next time, don't let diplomacy turn into romance." Back in his quarters, he expected Lyra to be gone. Instead, she was waiting. "I heard what happened," she said. "I'm sorry," he said. "I'm not," she replied. "You defended my honor. On my world, that is the act of a chosen mate." Jonah froze. "What?" She stepped closer, placing a hand on his chest. "I was given to you in chains. But now, I stay by choice." He didn't know what to say. Emotions warred in his mind. Guilt, affection, fear, need. "I don't want to own you," he whispered. "You don't," she said. "You healed me." "And you healed me," he murmured. Their foreheads touched. No contracts, no orders, just understanding. Ending. Not a gift but a partner. 6 months later, the ceasefire accord became a treaty of mutual development. Mixed stations opened. Trade bloomed. On Vesta, 12, Jonah and Lyra walked together. Partners now. She wore a Terran translator pin and an F-side jacket. He had a Kvari sash tied around his waist in the color of her clan. One day a young recruit stopped them. "Hey! Are you the soldier who got the alien girl gift?" Jonah turned, ready to scowl. But Lyra smiled first. "No," she said. He didn't receive a gift. He received a second chance. And so did I. Then she took Jonah's hand and walked away without a backward glance. They weren't symbols of war anymore. They were proof of something greater. That even in the ashes of hate, peace could take root in the most unexpected hearts.